We are all used to one day of leisure. We don't work. We work 6 days a week, and there is rest. One day, that's the Sabbath. Not everybody observes the Sabbath on the same day. I think that Muslims observe Friday as the day of rest, Christians, Sunday, and Jews, Saturday. Why do we observe that day of rest? Because God said, I worked for 6 days. God used 6 days in the creation of the world. And on the seventh day, he rested. And he instructed man to rest also 1 day a week. Actually, according to our rabbis, this was even pronounced no sooner had our ancestors left Egypt that they were instructed on keeping the Sabbath, so that it even precedes the 10 commandments. As a matter of fact, the Sabbath is part of the creation of the universe. The universe is based also on a day of rest. That was a revolutionary idea, because many people thought that work, if you were born to work, it's just like a person needs to eat. You eat every day, you work every day, you sleep every day, you work every day. And there were those that were born to be the bosses in this world, not to work, but to live off the work of somebody else. Judaism came and said, no, every human being has a right to rest 1 day a week. As a matter of fact, not only the humans, including the oxen, the animals that worked in the field so that we could eat, that helped in agriculture, they also have a day of rest. That is the Sabbath. They must rest 1 day a week. It is inherent, part of the creation of the world, to rest 1 day a week. Nowadays, there are some people that only work 5 days a week, maybe even 4. They don't work 12 hours a day. They work 8 hours a day, some 7, 6. There's an entire revolution that was actually introduced by the Jewish people with their message that the Bible contained, that man has dignity, and that dignity is reflected by the fact that 1 day a week he can rest. He ceases from creation. God worked for 6 days. What does it mean that God worked for 6 days? God willed the world into existence in 6 days. But on the seventh day, he stopped creating. And maybe that is the message of Shabbat. Stop creating. Don't introduce any new things. Reflect upon what you have accomplished already. Use the days to speak to your wife and children, to your friends, to study, to think about what you have accomplished already and whether you're really on the right track in this world. So the Sabbath is not only a day when you stop working. It depends what you do on that Sabbath. What are you going to use it for? Simply to sit around with your hands folded and not doing anything? I don't think that is the meaning of the Sabbath. The Sabbath is a day of introspection, of looking into your inner self and to see what is the direction that your life is taking in this world. We have 3 prayers on the Sabbath, like on every day, in the evening, morning, and afternoon. And our rabbis say that the Sabbath has to remind us of creation, because God created the world in 6 days, and he rested on the 7th day. That means that you know that there is a creator in this world, that there is somebody that brought everything into being. The second one is revelation. God revealed his will in the 10 commandments and told us what he expects every human being to do. That means that we believe that this creator not only is responsible for what everything exists, but he also instructed us. He told us, revealed to us his will, what we should do in order to live better in society. And finally, maybe the Sabbath is also about redemption. Right now, not to work any day is not meaningful, really, because work in a certain way gives you a sense of living, of accomplishment in this world. But maybe the time will come when humanity will no longer need that, and we will be more in a reflective situation, in a contemplative situation, trying to understand the glory of God, trying to understand the meaning of the entire universe, and that is maybe the age of redemption. So that the Sabbath is a very ample concept. It is not only ceasing from work, it is connecting with other human beings. It is acknowledging the existence of one God that created this world, that revealed to us our will and our aspiration of a day when everything will be contemplation, when we will try to understand the secrets of this world that will be in some form revealed to us in some future date.